Casting for the movie Rosemary's Baby was a careful process. Mia Farrow was chosen for the lead role of Rosemary because of her innocent look and acting skill. John Cassavetes, who played her husband Guy, was selected for his ability to portray a supportive yet secretly sinister character. Ruth Grodin got the role of the nosy neighbor Minnie Castevet due to her ability to mix warmth and weirdness. Sidney Blackmer, who played Roman Castevet, was picked for his strong presence. The director, Roman Polanski, conducted auditions and chemistry tests to ensure the actors fit well together. The cast was finalized after many screen tests and discussions among the production team. In the 1968 film Rosemary's Baby, the director used a realistic style to tell the story. He was influenced by everyday life and the natural behavior of people. The director worked closely with the actors to help them understand their roles deeply. He also worked with the crew to use the camera and lighting in a way that made the film feel like it was happening in the real world. This approach made the scary parts of the movie feel even more real because everything else seemed so normal. The director's way of making the movie showed his skill in telling a story that felt both real and scary at the same time. Rosemary's Baby, a film from 1968, tells the story of a young couple who move into an apartment with odd neighbors. When Rosemary becomes pregnant, strange events lead her to believe that her unborn child is not safe. This movie has a mix of moments that will make you laugh, leave you in shock, and even bring a tear to your eye. While I don't have personal experiences, many viewers have found the film's portrayal of isolation and the struggle to be heard deeply moving. It's a film that stays with you, not just for its story, but for its ability to capture the feeling of being alone in a crowd. The movie remains a standout for its strong storytelling and the way it builds suspense. It's a classic that continues to be watched and talked about today. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's your most memorable experience with Rosemary's Baby? Did it inspire you, shock you, or touch you in some way? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. We're excited to read about your connection with this unforgettable film. The production of the movie Rosemary's Baby in 1968 was a significant event in film history. The set design was carefully crafted to create a realistic and eerie atmosphere that matched the story's mood. The apartment where most of the film takes place was built on a sound stage, allowing for greater control over lighting and sound. Filming also took place in New York City, which added authenticity to the setting. One of the challenges was filming in a busy city, which required careful planning to manage the crowds and noise. The use of practical effects, rather than relying on post-production, was an innovative approach at the time. This included the use of makeup and props to create the film's memorable scenes. The team worked closely to overcome these challenges and deliver a film that remains a classic in the horror genre. The film Rosemary's Baby begins with a young couple, Rosemary and Guy, moving into the Bramford, an apartment building in Manhattan with a rich history. The story unfolds from Rosemary's perspective, allowing the audience to experience the events as she does, which adds to the suspense. The Bramford seems normal at first, but as Rosemary discovers, it hides many secrets, including strange neighbors like Roman and Minnie Castevet, who are overly friendly and have an odd fascination with herbal remedies. The film's tension builds as Rosemary explores deeper into the Bramford's mysteries. The script is cleverly written, hinting at the truth without revealing it until the climax. The performances, particularly by Ruth Grodin, are outstanding, bringing the characters to life with unique quirks and mannerisms. The production design and costumes vividly capture the era of the 1960s. The visual effects are subtle, serving the story rather than dominating it. The film leaves the interpretation open. Whether Rosemary's experiences are real or imagined is up to the viewer. This ambiguity is part of what makes Rosemary's Baby a compelling watch even decades after its release, showcasing the talents of its writer and director, Roman Polanski. The music for Rosemary's Baby, composed by K.R.'s Komda, plays a key role in setting the film's atmosphere. The lullaby theme, sung by Mia Farrow, who plays Rosemary, is both sweet and unsettling, reflecting the film's mix of innocence and horror. The score uses a small ensemble and simple melodies to create a sense of unease. It supports the story's progression and the growing tension as Rosemary becomes more isolated and suspicious. The music is subtle yet powerful, never overpowering the scene but always enhancing the mood. The musicians and Comda worked closely to align the music with the film's dark themes, making it an essential part of the storytelling. In a chilling sequence, the lead actress was surrounded by a group of older individuals chanting in unison while she was bound to a bed. Although the scene was intense, the atmosphere on set remained professional. Notably, only one actor was actually without clothes, while bodysuits were used for others. A body double stepped in for the lead actress for most of this part. The voice behind a pivotal phone call in the film belonged to a well-known actor, adding another layer of surprise for the audience. Contrary to rumors, a famous director known for suspense was not considered to direct this film. The narrative that unfolded on screen was the result of careful direction and a dedicated cast, bringing a haunting story to life. In the movie Rosemary's Baby, the scene where Rosemary is alone in her apartment, hearing strange noises, stands out. The direction creates a sense of isolation and fear. The camera stays close to her face, showing her worry grow. The lighting is dim, making the room feel small and unsafe. This makes viewers feel her fear. The actor's commentary reveals they aim to show true fear, making the scene feel real. The director wanted the audience to feel trapped with Rosemary, sharing her fright and uncertainty. This scene is powerful because it connects deeply with the viewers, making them part of Rosemary's world. In a bold move, John Cassavetes voiced his disapproval in a public letter for a magazine's editorial choice, which was linked to a tragic event involving the director of a film he starred in. The film itself stands out in the horror genre by setting its chilling narrative against the backdrop of a bustling metropolis, a departure from the usual secluded settings. It also features a disturbing scene that echoes a similar setup in a later adaptation of a classic play by the same director, where a group of sinister figures partakes in a dark ceremony. The 1968 film Rosemary's Baby had a significant effect on both culture and society. It showed the struggles of a young woman, Rosemary, in a way that many found relatable. The movie's story about trust and betrayal in a close-knit community spoke to the fears and anxieties of the time. It also sparked conversations about women's rights and control over their bodies, topics that were becoming more important in the late 1960s. The film's style and storytelling influenced other movies and TV shows, making it a model for future horror films. Its success showed that horror could be both popular and critically acclaimed, leading to more films in the genre that also tackled serious themes. In a haunting lullaby that opens the film, the voice you hear is that of Mia Farrow, the lead actress. The story centers on a young woman's ordeal, mirroring a real-life event where director Roman Polanski was accused of assaulting a young girl. Patty Duke, who initially tried out for the lead role, eventually portrayed the character in a follow-up film released in 1976. The 1968 film Rosemary's Baby was well received by critics and audiences alike. It was praised for its direction, acting, and the eerie atmosphere it created. The film won numerous awards, including an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Ruth Gordon. It also received nominations for Best Adapted Screenplay. The success of the film highlighted the talents of director Roman Polanski and the cast. The awards and nominations the film received are a recognition of the skill and hard work of everyone involved in making the movie. These honors often lead to more opportunities in the film industry and can be a significant boost to the careers of those involved. In a twist of titles, the Spanish release gave away the film's secret, calling it The Devil's Seed. The casting of Ruth Gordon as Minnie Castevet came through a suggestion from Richard Silbert, a friend of her husband, Garson Kanin. For the setting, the Dakota building's exterior was chosen to represent the Bramford, despite its interiors not matching the director's vision, leading to only outside shots being used. Adding to the film's mystique, the so-called Tanny's roots central to the plot was a complete fabrication by the author Era Levin, much like the fictional letters of transit in Casablanca. During the filming of Rosemary's Baby, the atmosphere was tense and full of real-life drama. Director Roman Polanski was very precise, often demanding countless retakes for the perfect scene. Actress Mia Farrow was going through a divorce from Frank Sinatra, who served her divorce papers on set. Despite these challenges, the cast and crew worked hard to create a film that still stands as a classic. The Dakota building in New York was used for exterior shots, adding to the eerie feel of the movie. The crew had to work around the strict rules of the building, which added to the production challenges. In a twist of personal and professional fate, Mia Farrow faced a challenging decision during the filming of a significant project when Frank Sinatra, her then husband, wanted her for a role in his movie. Her commitment to the ongoing film led to her declining Sinatra's offer, resulting in Jacqueline Bisset taking the part and Farrow receiving divorce papers while still on set. In a notable scene from the film, Farrow's character is seen in a phone booth dialing a number that, when flipped, spells a word associated with the film's dark themes. This clever detail nods to a trick known since the 1930s. Additionally, the film received its Italian censorship approval in October of the same year, marking its clearance for release. The 1968 film Rosemary's Baby had a significant role in shaping horror movies. Directed by Roman Polanski, it introduced a style of horror that relies more on psychological tension than on visible monsters. This approach influenced many later films, which also used everyday settings and situations to create fear. The movie's success helped to establish this kind of subtle, story-driven horror as a popular genre. It also opened doors for more movies that explore themes of paranoia and distrust in seemingly normal environments. Rosemary's Baby is often referenced and has inspired numerous directors and films that followed, making it a key work in the history of cinema. In a clever twist of reality and fiction, the character Terry Ginofrio is mistaken for Victoria Vetri, which is actually the actress's true name. This mirrors a similar case of mistaken identity in the novel, where Terry is likened to Anna Maria Alberghetti. The film also draws inspiration from Roald Dahl's tale Royal Jelly, adding layers to its storytelling. Puzzles play a significant role too, with anagrams like All of Them Witches and Roman Castevet serving as key plot elements, the latter being a disguise for the name Stephen Marcato. A similar unsolved puzzle, Roast Mules, appears in the sequel, leaving viewers to ponder its meaning. In the casting process for the husband's role, Burt Reynolds was considered but ultimately not chosen. Mia Farrow, who played the lead, had a personal connection to the film's setting. She lived next to the Dakota Building in New York, which served as the eerie backdrop for the story. This building also has a sad history as the place where musician John Lennon was tragically killed. Later, due to changes in housing laws, Farrow moved to her home in Connecticut. D'Urville Martin, known for his part as the elevator operator, was later depicted by Wesley Snipes in the 2019 movie Dolomite Is My Name, where he played a director boasting about his role in the well-known thriller from the late 1960s. In the landscape of cinema, certain films stand out for their portrayal of urban life's dark sides. This particular film is part of a trilogy that explores the unsettling nature of living in apartments in cities. It has earned a place among the top 250 narrative films on a popular movie ranking platform. Notably, the author of the original novel praised the film for its accurate representation of his work, a rarity in Hollywood adaptations. This faithfulness may stem from the director's approach to adapting written material for the first time, possibly unaware that he could have taken creative liberties with the source material. In a daring move during filming, Mia Farrow braved real traffic, trusting that her pregnancy would protect her from harm. Roman Polanski, camera in hand, was the only one to follow her into the bustling streets, capturing the scene in one take. Despite sharing thematic elements with successful horror series like The Exorcist and The Omen, this film did not enjoy similar success. It spawned only one sequel, which failed to resonate with audiences and critics, leading to its quick disappearance from screens and halting any further expansion. This film also marked the last work of Farsiat Edwai, known for his special effects craftsmanship. In a quiet moment on screen, the lead character is seen with a book in hand. Yes, I Can by Sammy Davis Jr., a reflection of the era's reading trends. This autobiography sat atop bestseller lists, and its presence is a subtle nod to the connections within the entertainment circle, as Davis was part of the Rat Pack alongside Frank Sinatra, then husband to the film star. Nearby, 2 volumes by Alfred Kinsey sit, hinting at the changing attitudes towards human sexuality. The film also marks the last appearance of actress Mona Knox, closing the chapter on her career in cinema. Off-screen, the bonds formed during production had real-life implications. Sharon Tate, who befriended co-star Victoria Vetri, faced a tragic end. An invitation to Tate's home on a fateful summer night in 1969, which Vetri could not accept due to illness, spared her from the infamous Manson family's violence that claimed Tate and others. This dark event casts a shadow over the film's legacy, intertwining life, and art in a poignant reminder of the era's turbulent history. Rosemary's Baby, a film from 1968, has left a strong impression on many viewers. If you have seen this movie, we would love to hear how it touched your life or changed the way you see films. Your stories and memories are valuable, and sharing them can bring us all closer to the magic of cinema. So please share your thoughts. Hit the like button if you enjoy these discussions, and subscribe for more insights into the world of movies. Your participation makes our community richer. Share if you agree, and let's keep the conversation going.